Okay, I am going to show you the preparation for the Ladyfingers sponge and cookies. So, I've already scaled out all my ingredients, but I'm going to show you what they are. And also just to let you know, I did cut our recipe in half. So I'm working with our Ladyfingers sponge, but all of my measurements are 1/2 of that are specified in the recipe. So I'll tell you what that is as I go. Okay, so very basic ingredients. We have egg yolks and sugar. I've already scaled out my yolks and my sugar, and instead of the full recipe for the 6 ounces of egg yolks, I have 3 ounces of egg yolks, 1.5 ounces of sugar. For the separated egg sponge method, the yolks and the sugar are going to get whipped together, so I'll put that over here. Then we have the whites, again, half the recipe, 4.5 ounces. My sugar is scaled out to make the meringue, 2.5 ounces, and I am substituting the cream of tartar for the lemon juice. It's an acid that can be substituted just fine. The only final ingredient is the flour. I did not have pastry flour on hand or cake flour, so in quarantine times, we are going to substitute with all-purpose flour. It's not going to make as light of a Ladyfinger sponge, but it will do just fine. And for the measurement, you can substitute by weight, all-purpose, the same as the pastry flour or the cake flour, so 5 ounces of flour. Okay, I am also going to show you how to prepare the sponge as a cake, as well as piping it into Ladyfingers. So, just one moment, and we will begin. I happen to have the luxury of having 2 mixers, so I'm going to start in my smaller mixer with the yolks, because they do not get to as full of volume as the whites, and in my larger mixer, I will do the whites. Get as much as you can in there so nothing is wasted. The yolks and the sugar go together. As soon as you pour the sugar onto the yolks, you need to start whipping right away, because the sugar can cook the yolks if it sits on without any kind of movement for too long. Okay, so get that going. And I start on a lower speed until I see that the sugar is all wet, and then I'm going to turn it up high. Okay, so I'll talk louder as long as you can hear me while this is going. I'm going to get the whites going at the same time. If you do not have 2 mixers, as I'm sure most people don't, you would do the yolks and the sugar first. Get it to the triple volume that you want it, and then remove it from the mixing bowl, put it in a separate mixing bowl, completely clear your bowl, clean it and the whip, dry it, and then you would do the whites back in that one. But since I have the 2 bowls, I can get them going at the same time. So the whites are going to go in first. Before I add the sugar or the cream of tartar, I'm going to start whipping the whites until they start to foam. Okay, so a low to medium let those go. Okay. Let's stop. Okay, so now the whites are frothy, but not come to full volume. So first I'm going to add the cream of tartar. I'll do this while it's still mixing. Let that get in. And then I'm going to slowly but steadily stream the sugar in while the whites are mixing. I'm trying to aim the sugar so it kind of lands in between the beater, the whip, and the side of the bowl, but lands in the whites. Get all of it in. Now I'm going to turn the whites up to full speed. This is not going to take long for the meringue to come to full volume.